Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Rando Geek. All right, so we have a few updates from T-Mobile regarding their 5G home internet service. First, the link for this article will be down below in the description for you. It is coming from Cord Cutters News. All right, so the updates here: 2 changes to their 5G home internet service. The first change: there will be a price increase for the service effective tomorrow, and it is for new customers. According to the article, and as far as we know, based on whatever research I'm doing that I did at the moment, I don't see any changes in the works for existing customers. If you're currently on the 5G home internet plan and you're at the rate of $50 a month with autopay, it looks like you're safe for now. This could change in a year from now, maybe even sooner, if T-Mobile decides to go back on their word. Maybe they might start doing something like Verizon does with their legacy phone plans, adding $1 or $2 a month, maybe something very small, just to kind of get a little bit extra out of you, squeeze a few pennies out of you. Now, with the price lock guarantee that they have for that, probably be very difficult for them to do it, but we'll see. Let's just say you're safe for now if you're already signed up. All right, so that's the first change. The second change is that T-Mobile, effective tomorrow, when the price goes up, for new customers, will be removing its price lock guarantee. Now, some of you might feel the sting of that a lot more than the actual price increase itself, because that means that T-Mobile will now have the ability to continuously raise prices on 5G home internet whenever it feels like it. You will no longer be able to be locked into a price. So now, the recommendation here is, it hasn't gone up yet. So if you're interested in signing up for T-Mobile's 5G home internet, you have one more day, less than a day, to sign up for the service. If you sign up today, you'll be locked into that $50 a month with autopay discount. If you choose to sign up tomorrow, it'll be $60 a month if you have autopay, or $65 without autopay. Now, I'm hearing that if you have a voice line with T-Mobile, even tomorrow, you'll still be eligible for $50 with autopay as long as you don't make any changes to the account and the account is in good standards. So they'll allow you to take advantage of the $50 deal if you're a voice line customer. Basically, this is just hitting, as far as I know, as far as I'm reading, it's only hitting new customers without voice line. Those are the ones, if you just came in and you don't, let's say you have at&t for voice line, but you want T-Mobile's 5G home internet, you will pay the $60 with autopay or $65 without. I just want to be clear on that. And this is to my understanding as of right now. And of course, there will be no price lock, which means in a year or so, T-Mobile can raise it to whatever they want. It could be $65 with autopay, $70 with autopay, depending on how the economy is doing and the amount of demand for the 5G home internet service is how this will ultimately be judged. So now, with that being said, you're probably saying, I knew this would happen. We knew 5G home internet was too good to be true. The pricing will go up. Will Verizon and at&t do this as well? More than likely, because they all want to maintain a competitive profit, right? So therefore, if one carrier goes up and they see it's working, another carrier will do it as well, because they don't want to sell themselves short. But then at the same time, the amount that it goes up could vary, because they might think, well, if I go slightly cheaper, maybe I'll get more customers. But then again, maybe not. They may all go up about the same amount of money. So it really depends how much, but ultimately they will probably all raise their prices relatively soon. How soon, I don't know. Maybe not for a while. We'll see. My guess is the way things are going with these companies, they're all starving for profit at this point. They're desperately looking for any way to turn as much profit as possible, because sales are depleting. Now, That's not saying T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T are not profitable. They are profitable. So let's not take it out of context here. What I'm saying is they're not at the amount of profit they want. A lot of consumers are, on the postpaid side of wireless are leaving and going to MVNO options because they simply cannot afford it. This is why 5G home internet is popular in the first place. And this is why I think T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T will increase prices as more demand comes along. A lot of consumers are cutting the cord. They're tired of contracts. They're tired of all the stress and headaches that come along with traditional postpaid accounts, cable, and fiber accounts. With cable and fiber, there's a lot that goes into it. Not everybody wants to deal with the setup of it. Not everybody wants to be reliable for the boxes that Verizon sends you. Imagine destroying one of those coaxial cable fiber cords. They cost a lot of money to replace. So you have to think about that. People don't really think about that. But imagine if one of those cables got destroyed. It's a lot of money. They want their equipment returned in the same condition that they gave it to you. Otherwise, you have to pay for that. Then there's all the possible additional hidden charges that customers get, such as administrative charges or administrative fees, kind of like what we talked about with Verizon getting this huge, massive lawsuit for $100 million because they were not clear about the charges that were coming to their consumers. And some of these consumers never checked their bill for a year or two. They have their payment set up on auto, and it just comes out and they never think twice about it. But then one day a light bulb appears in their head, they check their bill and they see all these charges and they're upset. Now you have to try to contact customer support and see if they'll refund you. And good luck with that. A lot of the times they're not going to help. You might get lucky, but maybe not. So there's a lot of stress that comes into the contracts and the dealing, the wheeling and dealing that you have to do with traditional cable and fiber internet, as well as postpaid accounts on the wireless side. Then there's, of course, credit checks and all those other things. Some people's credit is not great, so that's aggravating for them as well. But, with 5G home internet, this is why it's becoming popular. It's simplistic. It's convenient. It's portable. Now, going into it, you should know that it depends on the location you're in. You have to check and make sure that T-Mobile service or Verizon service or AT&T service is good in your area. Make sure their home internet is up to par with your needs in that area. You'll know the pricing up front. Well, at least you did. Now it will fluctuate going forward, right? And this is why a lot of customers had signed up for it in the first place. There's no hassles. You can cut the cord on it anytime you want, right? You just don't want it, you just cancel it. You can't really do that with traditional cable and fiber internet. It's harder, all right? You might owe money. You have to return the equipment. It's a lot of headaches, So I guess the thing is here, the question, should I say, why would anyone now with T-Mobile's 5G home internet becoming so expensive, $60 with auto pay, $65 without, for recorded speeds average of maybe 70 to 250, again, on average, depending on your location, it could be more, could certainly be less. Customers have reported less. Some customers have said it's been awful for them, but that's because it doesn't work good in their area and they didn't do enough research. You have to try to do as much research about it and study where you'll be using it the most. Because this is portable, you can take it anywhere, right? So that's, like I said, that's part of why a lot of consumers want 5G home internet. They can take it. Students can take it anywhere with them. People that work from home can take it back and forth from the office. They can work in their car, whatever it is, right? The simplicity of 5G home internet is why a lot of people have chosen to go with it. And of course, it's been a little cheaper. So now with the prices getting as expensive as they are, right? Keep in mind that $60 with autopay is only a little bit cheaper now than what a plan for 300 megabytes at maybe Spectrum. I think, hold on a minute here. Let's take a look at Fios for a minute. So the 300 plan at Fios right now is $25 with taxes and fees, plus taxes and fees, if you have a 5G plan, so one of Verizon's voice lines. But if you don't, it's $50 with autopay without a mobile plan. So now you're guaranteed 300 megabytes per second, right? With Verizon Fios. This is fiber home internet now. All right. So, that's Fios, right? So now T-Mobile will be charging $60 for their 5G home internet, which is most likely on average going to give you less speeds than what fiber Verizon's internet plan will give you. And the same thing for Spectrum, right? 300 megabytes is about $50 for the first year. And then I think it's relatively about the same after. Maybe it's like $55 or something plus taxes and fees. So let's put it around the same price as T-Mobile's 5G home internet, right? So why would anyone still use 5G home internet, whether it's from T-Mobile, Verizon, or at&t? Again, it's the simplicity. It's the fact that you're free of cable and fiber. The tactics of it, the way, the process of it, you're cutting the cord. Okay, you don't have to deal with the stress of it all, the possibility of sneaky hidden charges, the equipment returns. And keep in mind that those prices from Fios and Spectrum are likely going to go up as well. So now that even though T-Mobile has gotten more expensive, Fios will get expensive too. And so will Spectrum. They're all going to start to increase, is most likely the case. T-Mobile knows this. And now, to be honest, even if it's just a matter of $5 to $10 differences between the two, and you're getting less speeds with 5G home internet, there are many consumers that are just fed up with being under a contract and dealing with it, or just dealing with the whole process of how cable works in general, that they're okay with that. They're willing to take less speeds to save a couple bucks. They've realized that they don't need it in their life. They're okay with, not getting as fast as speeds as they used to get. They're saving a few dollars, and they're good with it. They can take it anywhere that they want. They're cool with that. Of course, there's a lot of incentives that, 5G home internet is giving. T-Mobile giving away the $150 prepaid MasterCard after the 10 weeks of being a customer. Verizon's 5G home internet service is giving a $200 Amazon gift card at Echo Dot. They were just giving away an Xbox. T-Mobile was giving away a TV and security cameras. So there's a lot of incentives. And then honestly, I really think that people are just looking to save as much money as they want in today's society. The way that things are going, even if it's a couple dollars a month, people are tightening so hard that it's enough for them. And again, it's simplistic. It's easy. It's stress-free. And this is the world we're going into now. This is the way things are going. I'd like to see how much, with this price increase, I'd love to see how much Verizon and at&t are going to raise their 5G home internets. I'd like to see if it's going to be equal for T-Mobile, less, or more in some cases. So that's going to be really interesting. I'm waiting for those updates. And then I'm also very curious to see what Fios, Spectrum, Optimum just came down on their prices. Their prices were out of whack. And they're still out of whack, if you ask me. Their 300 megabytes per second plan is $70 plus taxes and fees. That is far too much for such little speed, if you ask me. And they're losing a lot of customers. A lot of customers are cutting the cord and running to competition, Fios, Spectrum, and probably even 5G home internet fixed wireless solutions. So this is my theory on this whole thing, why they're doing it. There's high demand now. A lot of customers are fed up, like I said, with the whole cord process. They're cutting it. They're just doing away with it. They're feeling better about it. They're accepting the less amount of speeds because they know that they don't need the fastest amount of internet. And whatever money they're saving, they're okay with it. They're okay with it. So we'll see how this whole works. We'll see if with these price increases, if 5G home internet will still stack up against traditional fiber and cable. It'll be very interesting because that is my theory. The simplicity of it all is, and a couple of bucks that you can save is why many are cutting the cord. We read about it all the time with cable TV. People are just, doing that as well. I mean, it's a little different with cable TV because there's so many free, like literally free options out there that you really don't need to pay for cable TV. 5G home internet, you're still paying a good amount of money, especially now with these hikes. But we'll see. We'll see. Feel free to comment down below your thoughts, your opinions about this. How do you feel about this too? Are you a T-Mobile 5G home internet customer? And, how does this make you feel? Obviously, you're safe for now if you are a 5G home internet customer from T-Mobile. But ultimately, you still most likely feel a certain way about them doing this. You probably feel it's wrong to do it to new customers. Nobody wants to see prices go up. It's never good, right? But at least they're honoring it for the OG customers for now anyway. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they don't find a way to go back on their word and sneak, some small increases on there. I think with the price lock, they won't really be able to do it, but these companies seem to get away with murder if and when they want. So we'll see. As always, thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.